How the Bible changed from the 1800s to today. What if the Bible you hold today doesn't read exactly the same way it did 200 years ago? What if words have been shifted, verses bracketed, and even entire passages quietly removed? This isn't conspiracy, it's history. And it may explain why so many people feel the Bible today is less unified, less clear, and even less powerful than the Bibles our great-grandparents read. Today, we're diving into how the Bible of the 1800s compares to modern translations, and how those changes have reshaped faith itself. In the 1800s, King James Bible, 1 John 5:7 declared the Trinity openly: the Father, the Word, and the Holy Ghost, these three are one. But in most modern Bibles, this verse is gone, or hidden in a footnote. The shift is subtle, but profound. What was once crystal clear now feels scattered, forcing readers to piece it together. For some, it makes the Trinity look less certain, less grounded in the text itself. The source of this information is Bible Gateway, comparing 1 John 5:7 in the King James Version and the New International Version. Isaiah 14:12 once read, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?" But modern Bibles replace Lucifer with morning star or day star, shifting the passage toward a Babylonian king. The result? The devil's fall feels less explicit. Satan, once named, becomes only hinted at. The great enemy seems blurred, almost written out of the Old Testament. Source: Bible Hub, Isaiah 14:12. Comparison: the Lord's Prayer once ended with a triumphant doxology: "For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever." Today, many Bibles cut it short: "Deliver us from evil." The prayer feels muted, less victorious, less complete. For many, it feels like worship has lost its final note of glory. Source: Bible Gateway, Matthew 6:13. KJV versus ESV. One of the most iconic moments in the Gospels, the woman caught in adultery. Jesus says, "Let him who is without sin cast the first stone." But modern Bibles bracket or footnote the entire story, warning that it wasn't in the earliest manuscripts. The story still inspires, but the shadow of doubt lingers. Did it really happen, or was it later added? For many, this shakes confidence in Jesus' most famous act of mercy. Source: Bible Gateway, John 7:53, 8:11. In the 1800s, Bible Mark's Gospel ended with Jesus' promise of miraculous signs, healing the sick, casting out demons, even surviving poison and serpents. Modern Bibles often bracket this entire section, since early manuscripts end at verse 8. Instead of triumph, Mark closes in silence and fear. The miraculous vision of the church's power fades into uncertainty. Source: Bible Gateway, Mark 16:9-20. In 1 Corinthians 13, the 1800s, Bible praise charity. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Modern translations replace it with love. The word charity carried weight, selfless action, sacrificial giving. Love is broader, softer, sometimes sentimental. Over time, Paul's powerful call to selfless virtue has been reframed as something more emotional than practical. Source: Bible Gateway, 1 Corinthians 13:4. Many Protestant Bibles in the 1800s still printed the Apocrypha, Tobit, Maccabees, Wisdom, Sirach, the books that bridge the Old and New Testaments. Today, nearly all Protestant Bibles leave them out. This gap erases Jewish history like the Maccabean Revolt, a story that shaped the world Jesus entered. Without it, the Bible feels shorter, less connected, less whole. Source: Britannica, Apocrypha. So what happens when we compare the two? The Trinity is less explicit, Satan's name is blurred, the Lord's Prayer ends muted. Jesus' greatest story of mercy carries an asterisk. Mark's gospel ends in silence, not triumph. Charity becomes simply love, and the Apocrypha is gone. Piece by piece, the clarity and confidence of the old Bible has given way to uncertainty, footnotes, and doubt. The gospel itself has not vanished, but the way people receive it has changed. For many, this shift has quietly moved hearts further away from true faith. So here's the question: are these changes making the Bible clearer or weaker? Tell me what you think in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into hidden history and faith, subscribe to American Muse, because truth doesn't change, but our perception of it does.